Hey guys, SparkcTutorial here. I stream live on Twitch, and I often get asked the following question. How do I get better at Rocket League? Its asking is very commonplace, and the answer is equally as generic and low effort. Find out what you're bad at and practice it. I offer replay reviews to my Twitch subscriber in an effort to help them isolate the problem parts of their game, but I've also toyed with the idea of making specific tutorials. This will be my first attempt. As the title suggests, this video will be an informative guide on how to defeat a Rocket League professional player. And before the video begins, let me just say that I'm not going to reveal the name of the pro in this video. I would never, absolutely never, want to seem like I'm clout farming or publish the absolute embarrassment that Freakii suffered in losing to a dude with his Twitch URL as his Steam name. I wouldn't want him to feel singled out, and I certainly wouldn't want to dash the reputation of Veloce Esports. So Max and I ran into Freakii 4 times in casual the other day over the span of about an hour, and the games were super interesting. Well, the first 3 games. We'll get to the 4th later. The first game went about as you would expect. I opened with my usual line, "Hey, pros like getting signatures too," and we proceeded to get clapped pretty hard. Freakii popped off, even with EU ping, and scored 7 out of his team's 8 goals. But I'd actually like to draw attention to the second game, because that makes me look like a better player than I actually am. As we move into the second game, I'd like to make a little aside here. There's a phenomenon that happens when people play against pros, or see a Cyan title in the lobby, or even any title if they're new to champ ranks. They panic, they start shaking, maybe the flats of their hands start perspiring, maybe they begin to throw up a little bit of the pasta dinner their mother prepared for them. First tip of the video, just relax. Forehead. Yes, it's nerve-wracking and exciting playing against players with titles or pro players. I fangirled as well the first time I met Torment in a game. But the important thing to realize is, this person is not judging your play. This isn't a tryout. You could smash them 5-0 and they wouldn't offer you a roster spot or a friend request. Play to win and play to learn. Realize that you're going to have to play faster than you used to, and try and maintain that in the back of your mind. Don't take any of your own touches for granted, respect their abilities, and do your best to expose their vulnerabilities. That being said, oh my god, guys, I played against Freakii. I was too nervous to ask him for a profile signature. Totally missed my chance. What a god, am I right? Anyway, sorry. The first thing you need to do to adapt is get a read on your opponent's playstyle. Like most Rocket League pros, Freakii plays like everyone in the lobby is a lot slower than he is, so you can pretty much guarantee he's going to be attacking really hard and trying to put you in tough spots so that you have to blind challenge or come up with a tricky read. We open up 1-0 on a bit of an errant pass that I was looking for. Unfortunate touch, happens to everybody. They equalize after I mistook the ball for the top of my desk after a particularly rough 1 session and absolutely smashed it into my own goal. We retake the lead after I sneak it by their last man for a full field boomer. All the while, I'm mixing up how I approach challenges, especially when I'm challenging or being challenged by Freakii. I'm limit testing, I'm trying to condition him, I'm seeing what I can get away with and what I can't get away with. I've got to keep him guessing so he doesn't know what I'm going to do every time. A lot of our RLCS pros expect players to panic and they expect them to make rash decisions. You want to avoid this. Here, he gets a fairly open shot on net and doesn't immediately shoot. Pros love to try to embarrass randoms, especially when they're duo queuing. Winky face. You gotta assert your dominance somehow, am I right? I instantly assume he's trying to fake me, and I'm working to find an angle that I can cover a quick snapshot if he takes it or react to his fake. In the end, I guess right and I dunk on him. This next situation is where I get my first attempt one-on-one. He gets an unfortunate pop after picking up the corner boost and decides not to aggress, surprisingly. I notice he turns back to his net, and I take 1 touch and I get a well-placed banger. Notice I flip to the right and the ball goes to my left. This was intentional as an added layer of misdirection to my shot. I notice at the last second he's facing to my right, so I adjust and I shoot it behind him. Immediately off the ensuing kickoff, I get another 1v1 against Freakii. This time I make an educated guess that because he waited last time and got outplayed, that he'll rush this time. This is further accentuated by noticing that Freakii misses the corner boost. This limits his options as most players, even RLCS pros, will attempt an immediate challenge as they have some momentum and want to make the most of it. If they slow down into their net, they give me much more to shoot at. But by predicting his challenge correctly, I get the shot off before he's even figured out he's going to challenge. They scored 1 more late, but Max and I took that game 5-2 pretty convincingly. As we head into game 3, another quick note. Remember how I alluded to Freakii putting up 7 goals on us in the first game? Just want to refresh the old memory banks, keep that in your mind. Game 3 was Max's turn to be an absolute giga-smurf. Look at this gorgeous shot right off the kickoff. I want to point this out because it's the kind of confidence you need to have, especially against a pro. Right here, Max recognizes that it's his turn to go and he's got to go fast. Freakii's out of the play and he only has 1 to beat. And beat he does, clanging this one all the way down the field off the far side post into the net. Gorgeous shot, and that proved to be the difference maker, as nearly the entire game went by without another goal. I say nearly. Let's let this next play speak for itself. What? It's too easy! He's so mad! He's so upset! Holy shit, get absolutely... Also, I just want to say right before Max absolutely neuters Freakii here, he also makes a great defensive play to bail me out and set this whole thing up. I backflip an aerial and have to race back to collect the ball. I know Freakii's hot on my heels, so I'm thinking of what I can do that will throw him off. I trust Max's rotation, and he absolutely comes through in the clutch as I center this ball in front of my own net. And he comes screaming in to steal any opportunity Paint Me Pastel has of tying up the game. And then yeah, Omega lol. We razzed Freakii a bit here. It was pretty obvious he was frustrated from the previous game, and losing a game like that is a huge feels bad, man. Haven't we all been there? But I'm sure he's got that pro gamer mindset and he'll be ready for this next game. Oh. This brings me to my final and most crucial point about how to beat an RLCS pro. Remember, they're just like you and I. They might be better at the game, but they are human. They get frustrated, it negatively affects their play, and they take it just as poorly as my salty ass does whenever I get heated. Could have phrased that a little better. But the point is, don't panic at the first sign of a Cyan title. Put on those carry pants, get out there and Giga Smurf on him. P.S. Remember how I told you that Freakii put up 7 goals on us in Game 1? After rage quitting Game 4, he proceeds to rant about how sweaty Max and I are and how he doesn't want to play against us because we were tryharding in unranked, and I quote, "It's only NA people who do this." This from the guy who ceiling shotted us for his 6th goal of a blowout game in unranked. Remember, RLCS pros are just like you and me. Thanks for watching.